And let's talk about something that has been going on the past couple of days now. So, PS5 emulation, that kind of came out of nowhere. Like, we only just got to a point where PS4 emulation was, I wouldn't say great just yet, but I know a lot of people have been talking about Bloodborne emulation. When did we get to a point where Bloodborne was mostly playable? Is that now? Actually, I actually don't know the state of Shad PS4 at this point. So I assume this is... Wow. Okay. If I have the audio muted, if this is being emulated, like that's... I don't know if it's perfect, right? Maybe there's some render artifacts, weird lighting stuff, something that breaks, but you're not seeing it right now. You're on the, why are you not seeing it? That's really weird. You're seeing, oh, why weren't you seeing it? That's a very good question. Do I have a second browser window open? No, I don't. I don't know why that happened. KD bug? Okay, whatever. Now you can see it. This is perfect. Well, near perfect. Maybe there's some audio, maybe there's some performance stuff. I don't know. It looks pretty good. So, PS4 emulation was already like a thing that existed. Then out of nowhere, a big part of that's probably because of the whole PS5 no discs thing. PS5 emulation kind of just popped up. Now, it is very, very early days, right? But the project was open sourced. Now, of course, it's using Claude. Of course, everything's using Claude at this point. If you're freaking out about like a project having Claude in the codebase, frankly, the boat has sailed, right? Like, if your personal project, you don't want to have it there. If you just don't want to use projects that have any Claude use, hey, you do you. But, like, that ship sailed. That ship has sailed so long ago, that I don't even know what to say. Regardless, though, this is super cool. The fact that even though it is, like, not great yet, right? Like, it's still very, very early days. We didn't have this, like, 2 weeks ago. Like, at all. Wait, hold up. No, wait, what?
In this video.
Wait, this is not real. Demon's Souls remake running at 30 FPS in a PS... No way that's real. No, wait, hold up. I just saw this now. Is that real? Is this bullshit? This is like 2 days ago. What? Wait. Wait, no shot, it's already... Like, yeah, it's far from perfect. Yeah, it was, like, not functional a week ago. The fuck? What the fuck is going on? Okay, apparently PS5 emulation is gonna get really good really quickly. Now, maybe Demon's Souls is just like, you know, low-hanging fruit. It's just an easy game to get emulated. I don't know. I've not fully looked into it. But if this is the rate that games are going to start working, we might just have PS5, like, full working PS5 emulation in, like, a year from now. What we don't have fully working just yet, and this is because it is it's a very hard problem, PS3 emulation. So here we have RPCS3. 75% of all PlayStation 3 games are now playable on PC. RPCS3 continues to be improved with new features, fixes, and optimizations, bringing it ever closer to preserving the entire PS3 library. Now, okay, actually, we'll get to that one. Let's actually go check RPCS3 game Compatibility list. I've not looked at it in a long time. Let us find something that I care about playing. Let's say Drakengard. How are we for Drakengard? Drakengard 3 is playable. God of War 3. In-game. So that one's still a little bit buggy. In-game is games that either can't be finished, have serious glitches, or have insufficient performance. What's another one? Final... I don't care about this one, but it's a good example. 13. 13.2 is playable. Lightning Returns Playview, I guess, is one of the demos. 13 is is in-game. Trial is in-game. 13.2 is... Okay, so most of 13, except for the demo of 13.2 and the Playview version of Lightning Returns, are still in-game. Okay, but those are playable. Assassin... How do you spell Assassin's... How do you spell Assassin? Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 1... What is that? Oh, Blu-ray... Oh, okay, so the Blu-ray version is playable, the digital version is not. That is in-game. So, okay, all of those games... All of the Assassin's Creed games on PS3 are marked as in-game, not playable. Okay. Battlefield 3. In-game, okay. GTA 5. Playable. Wait, that's not the game. I searched GTA 5. Why did it show me a completely different game? Okay. I don't know why it's not showing it. Okay, so a lot of the Gran Turismo stuff is not playable. Okay, here we go. Oh, it shows it for Grand Theft Auto 5. That's in-game, but not... You can't finish the game yet. Okay, this is, like... I know I'm running into a lot of games that are still, like, part of the in-game list, not playable. Even so, right, like, 75% games are playable with no breaking glitches. That's crazy. Like, that's actually crazy. The problem with the PS3 isn't the performance. It is the absolutely batshit insane hardware they decided to build this console around. The cell processor, which was just basically a really big single-core CPU. It was a weird fucking idea. It created a nightmare for game developers. It created a nightmare for emulators. And all of these years later, we are still dealing with it. But on the bright side, we're getting to a point where PS3 emulation is going to be basically near perfect. Now, there's still going to be performance issues. It's still the PS3, and it's still going to require like quite a bit of hardware to push it. But some of these games you can actually now play with pretty modest hardware. Do we have a do they recommend do they recommend hardware? RPCS3 recommended specs. Requirements. Okay, here it is. So, minimum Core 2. Okay, it'll open with a Core 2 Duo. Yeah, I'm sure it will. GT 430. Oh my god. Okay. Minimum, what is minimum defined as? Is that literally just it works? We don't define it. Recommended is playable as per RPCS3 compatibility. So recommended specs: Linux, Windows 11, Ryzen 5 5600, Intel Core i5-10400, AMD RX 5600 XT, NVIDIA RTX 2060, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and games perform about as well as they do on a PS3. For optimal, you need a much bigger CPU. The CPU is kind of like the core driving thing here because it's the cell architecture. 9600X, i5-13600X, AMD RX 5600 XT, and a RTX 2060. Also, rather than just a regular SSD, an NVMe SSD, and then maximum performance. Windows isn't even listed. Linux is where you get the maximum performance. 9800 X3D, 7800 XT, RTX 4070, and then everything else is the same. This is if you want to play the games at 4K, which is well above what the PS3 did. I think the PS3 could output 4K Blu-ray. Let me double check that one. PS3 4K Blu-ray. No, wait, it actually can't do 4K Blu-ray. Hold up, wait, I thought it could do 4K Blu-ray. No? Okay, I guess not. Unless the Google search results are lying to me, which is very, very possible. Okay, take back what I said. It can't do that. I feel like it could output 4K, though. Maybe in the menu. Maybe if you load footage and play a video, you can output 4K. I could be wrong, though. I might be thinking of the PS4. Because that could output 4K Blu-ray. I'm 99% sure on that one. Let me just check that one. PS4 4K Blu-ray. I'm gonna assume it can. Yeah, okay. PS4 can do 4K Blu-ray. That might be what I'm thinking of. Let me show you the other tweet I had here. The emulation community's hate boner for RPCS 3 begins to make sense when you realize their standard is whether or not games can run in 1080p 60 with enhancements, and not can this PS3 game run like it did on the PS3, which is not very well. There is a lot of people that are like, weirdly angry about RPCS 3. Like, every time RPCS 3 posts anything, you always have people in the comments that are like, oh, this is broke. Like, just complaining. Like, oh, hurry up and fix performance. Why does it run so badly? Why does this not work? Why does it... Like, the fact that you can even play PS3 games on PC is already absolutely fucking insane. But you're not gonna get PS2 performance immediately, right? Like, it took us a while to get to the point where we can do 8K PS2, and it looks very nice. It looks very nice. Now, obviously, you're dealing still with PS2 textures and all that, but the models, they look very, very good. They look nice and crispy models. I do like to upscale any of the games I play when I can. That includes PS1, which I know bothers some people. I know there's some people out there that like their really crunchy PS1 models. What did the PS1 output? PS1 video resolution. It was 240p or 480i. Wow. Yeah, that looks very crunchy on a modern display. I up the resolution really, really high. I want to see my crispy PS1 models, and I know some people don't like it. They like the whole, oh, I want scan lines and I want the crunchy. No, I don't want it. Get rid of it. Get rid of your bullshit. If I wanted to look like it was on a CRT, I would play on a fucking CRT. And I know some people like their CRT filters. Not me. I like my crispy pixels. And no, I'm not going to bring up the stupid chart of, oh, old games were not made with pixels in mind. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Don't care. I'm going to play them the way I want to play it. You play the way you want to play. I'll play the way I want to play. We will not bother each other. And, all things will be well. Honestly, I think a lot of people get, like, very hyper-fixated on the way other people enjoy things. If someone wants to just play a game in a way that you hate it, if they want to play with a weird device, they want to play at a resolution you wouldn't play at, fucking... Be my guest. Do what you want. It's your life. It's your computer. Have fun. That's all I'll say. Have fun and enjoy things. Because you're allowed to just enjoy things. I know, right? Crazy.